What's up, everybody? This is Hades from Team Kaiju Thunder, and today I was asked by a group to make a different version of Fluffals. Like, people have been requesting different versions of Fluffals. This is going to be, they asked me to do Fluffal Brilliant Fusion, but I didn't like Brilliant Fusion because you would need the 3 Brilliant Fusion, that's 3 cards. You would need the Garnet and the Trick Clown, or you could use your Wings. So, like, it's going to at least take 5, 6 cards, and then technically an extra card because of the Seraphonite in your extra deck, which would basically take up a space in the extra deck that I don't care to have filled up, because I'd rather have what I'm doing with this. So let's get into it. This is a different, something similar to Brilliant Fusion, but just different, and I'll show you in a second. 3 dog, Fluffal Dog. He is the Stratos of the deck. When he's normal special summoned, you can add 1 Edge Jump Sabers or 1 Fluffal monster from your deck to your hand. You can only get this effect once per turn. And once per turn, you can get Bear to discard himself, and set a Toy Vendor, which is the usual play. You can't get his other effect this turn, but his other effect is when he's on the field, you can send him to the graveyard, like tribute him to add a Fluffal card from your graveyard to your hand. Then we have 2 Wings. I was running 3. I decided to bump it down to 2, and the deck's been a lot more consistent. For this build, we're having 2 Owls for the combo. 2 Penguin, because Penguin's really good. When this card's on, you can get both of its effects once per turn. So you can use its first effect to normal summon it, special summon another, special summon like Dog. And then if this card's used as a material, draw 2, discard 1. 1 Sheep, because Sheep is still relevant. And 1 Cat, and that's it for the Fluffals. For the Saber, for the Edge Imps, it's 2 Chains. I was running them at 3. A lot of people do. I decided to bump them down to 2, and it's just been a lot better, and 1 Sabers. Now for the engine I use instead of the Brilliant Fusion engine is 3 Symphonic Warrior Guitar and 2 Symphonic Warrior mics. And this is why. You can discard 1 card from your hand when this card's in your pendulum scale to special summon 1 Symphonic Warrior from your deck, which you use this. When this card's normal special summoned, you can get an additional summon this turn. So, it's 5 cards. It don't take up a spot in the extra deck. And it's a level 5 machine type, so, like in the more expensive version, you're going to see Nova and Infinity. This is the budget build to where you can have your basic combos. So, like I said, this is the budget build they asked me to make, and the more expensive builds are going to be coming to you guys next week. If you guys want to also see next week, I can do Burning Abyss Fluffals. If you guys wish, just message me on Facebook or comment in the YouTube below, comments below. And then final card of the deck. Again, there's no Maxi in this build because it's budget. And 2 King of the Swamp. Despite Maxi being hit, the card is still very expensive because people are still going to play it. Now for the spells, the have to have spell card 3 Toy Vendor is the card of the deck. It's not once per turn. Anytime this card is sent from anywhere to the graveyard, but you can add a Edge Jump Sabers or a Fluffal monster from your deck to your hand. 3, and you can discard a card, draw, reveal a card. And that card is, if that card's a Fluffal, you can special summon any monster from your hand deck. If not, from your hand. If not, send it to the grave. 3 Polymerization. Another half 2. 2 Foolish Burial Goods. It's just for sending Toy Vendor to get a free search. Just to go off more for the OTK. 2 Fusion Recycling Plant. This card allows you to discard 1 card to add 1 Polymerization from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Once we get Fright for a Patchwork, I would take these out for the budget build. But later on, these are going to be a Raigeki and a Dark Hole. At the end of the turn, when a monster that was used as a material this turn, you can just add it from your graveyard to your hand. So say you used a penguin or a dog as a material this turn, you could just add it back to your hand, one of those back to your hand at the end phase. 2 Fright for Fusion. It's basically the Miracle Fusion of the deck. You can banish cards from your graveyard that are listed on a fusion monster, like a Fright for Fusion monster, to special summon it. 2 Instant Fusion. 1 Fright for Factory and 1 Fusion Recovery. Which Fusion Recovery will also be going out the deck later. Now for the extra deck. 3 Sabertooth. Some people ran them at 2. I ran them at 3 because, like, if your opponent does force you to go first, usually I'll just make at least one of them, or if not both of them, to go into a Hope Harbinger, but that's, again, for the non-budget build. But he helps you come back in games. 2 Tiger. The guy that says, I'm going to blow up your field if you can't stop my effect. 2 Sheep Armides of the deck that also has the ability to revive itself once per turn if destroyed by battle card effects with 800 more attack. And that's it for those. Again, like I said, this is the budget build, so I decided to run 1 Fright for a Bear. When this card destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, that this will be equipped with that card, and that card's effect while on him makes him gain 1,000 attack, so he'll become like 32. And still have to have at least one wolf and then 1 kraken. And then we have 1 Norden as one of the instant fusion targets as well as sheep. Then the extra deck is Abyss Dweller, Lancelot, Karen Gorgon, and Diamond Direwolf. I'll go ahead and get to the sideboard. It's not very expensive at all. Like I said, next week my cards are supposed to be in, so I'll do the more expensive builds. For the only 3 of is 3 DD Crow, because despite it being Momorat being limited to Rat tier going down 2, some people are going to find ways to use them anyway, even though it makes it longer. So DD Crow, but they can't so DD Crow is still going to be there. But because of this, they can't play safe anymore. So if you have the DD Crow, like, you'd have to detach Momorat special to 1, and then have to go to like the Norden to get it back, or another card to get it back, because otherwise you don't have that second Rat tier for the play. Just so when they target it, just DD Crow it. So now DD Crow is more relevant than before. There's no way around it. 2 Night Beam for back row hate. 2 Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. 2 My Body is a Shield. 2 Forbidden Chalice. 2 Flying Sea. And 2 Lancelot. And that was the deck, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Hades, and I'm out.